Travis Scott, like all those artists, like Illmind, like the 808s will usually hit right on the one, like when it comes in. But if you rock it like that, that's fire too. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you know, nothing matters. It's music, man. Whatever makes you ride. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It all depends on like the energy. When you're in the studio with the artist, like it don't matter like how it starts off. It depends on how you feed off the artist. In my opinion.
You're 100% right. Let me tell you how much of an impact, like, you know, if you couldn't finagle your way to like really sell the track like with your energy, that's a big one too, man. Like being in the studio with someone and then like your presence like having an effect on the track is literally everything, man. You know, but sometimes you can convey that personality in the actual tracks, you know what I mean? So like I always try to like build my tracks to the point where like I know I don't need to change anything. Like I know that they fuck with the sequence, so like they know like what Nash was saying, like they know when like the 808 hits, that's when the impact moment is, you know what I mean? So
I've been doing music for like a while, but not on a level where I was actually putting it out. It was more so kind of like in-house because I was kind of doing everything myself. I didn't really have the resources, so it's kind of like I'm just now getting my feet wet as far as like meeting and getting in contact with people. So like, how would you advise finding somebody that really wants you to be a part of the team, like to build with, and it's not like an individual process? Cause like, I don't really have too much success with individualistic type people. When I am working with them.
All right, so I love that question. So when I was in your shoes and when I first started, you know, I was Newark, you know what I mean? We in Jersey, not really much going on, you know what I mean? Sound like the Jersey theme right there. Now it's cool. Like we in Jersey now, background music, B-roll and shit. That sounded like fucking some Jersey shit.
Dangerous.
Yeah. So you know, when I was starting, I'm in Jersey. I'm making beats. I'm like getting more confident every day. I'm getting better, and I don't know anyone. I literally know 0 people. So what I realized, when I did realize that I needed to meet more people, and mind you, this is before like Instagram, Twitter, like all that shit blew up. I realized that I needed to meet people, right? And so I was thinking to myself, and I was saying, man, like if I meet people, like what do I have to offer? Like what kind of value do I bring to another human being that I meet? And how can I use that to my advantage? Thinking about what that 1 or 2 or 3 things are that I'm really good at, or those things that are valuable to other people, and then just taking advantage of meeting people that can find value in that stuff. And for me in the beginning, it was rappers, it was, you know, musicians who wanted to like collaborate, but mostly rappers. And so that's how I really got to know people. And I was utilizing the internet. I was driving to Philly, you know, taking the Turnpike South, exit 4, 3 times a week, just going to Philly because I knew a couple DJs in Philly, so that's how I got my start. And then they introduced me to some rappers in Philly, and then like I met Reef the Lost Cause and these local guys. And that's literally how I got my foot in the door. So for you being an artist, like your leverage is your music, I think right now. So if your music is good enough, I think what you need to do is connect with people that appreciate your music and are fans of your music. So if you meet a producer that you play them one of your tracks and they hear your shit and they're like, oh wow, like I really love your voice, and you find someone who really is willing to invest in you, those are the kinds of people you want to link up with. The thing that I love about like people who can actually rap is like, you know, you get to the point where you have a good pen and you have the raps and you have the cadence, and then, you know, after you sort of like got to the point where you're good at that, then you can really just start focusing on like your delivery, right? And so like, I think this song is good. I think that, you know, performance-wise on the record, definitely could have been a little bit stronger. You know, it's such an aggressive song. I want to feel every punchline. Like I want to feel it like in my chest. You know what I mean? So like, when you recorded this, did you like? What's your writing process like? Okay. This is gonna sound insane, okay? But hear me out. Write the song, do it the way you do it. Do it the way you're comfortable with doing it, right? Record it in pieces, whatever, cool. So you have that 16-bar verse. So what I suggest you do is memorize the entire verse, right? Like by heart, without reading. And then take about 20 or 30 minutes from the studio session, go outside and have the beat loaded on headphones and go take a jog. And while you're jogging, recite the entire verse out loud while you're jogging around the corner, just around the corner. Doesn't even have to be 30 minutes. Just go around so you can recite the verse 2, 3, 4 times while jogging out loud, like full vocal inflection.
That's Beyonce stuff.
Right.
That's Beyonce all the way.
And then come back, water, take a 5-minute rest, and then go in there and perform it again. I guarantee you it'll be there. Your breath control, you know the verse by heart, and you just live with the verse. So that's why I like calling, like, you know, really living with the verse, and then putting your best performance down on record. Because, man, you could have the best lyrics in the world, but if that performance isn't there, then it's not going to translate. So, like, you're the type of artist, like, you have really great raps, and, like, so that energy, you got that energy, you know? So I want to be able to hear that on records. There's people that do this for different reasons. Some people do it because they love it. Some people do it because they love it and they really honestly don't give a fuck about like making money off of it or blowing up or becoming a big rapper or producer, like, which is so genuine and so true, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I always speak from the perspective of, you know, really believing that if you really love the art of what you do, there's no reason why you wouldn't want to just do it all the time. And what the type of baggage that comes with doing it all the time is being able to make it your job and make it a living. And some people are scared of that. Some people don't want it for deeper reasons than they think, than they know, which is fine. But like I said earlier, my man, like, you know, you got to try the fruit. Like, you got to know what it tastes like to really know if you want it. Like, so my piece, this is not even really directed to you. My whole thing is like, all right, you've established that you love doing it and you do it all the time. So like, stop fucking around and do what you can to put yourself in position to do it all the time and fucking get rich off of it. Like, stop being a pussy. Like, stop being a bitch. Like, this quote like literally changed my life, and it's so simple. It's, your future is hidden in your daily routine.
Absolutely. That's fact.
Like, literally, if any question you ask me, like, I can literally answer with just that. And like, it'll apply. You got to really think about it. Like, the more time you put into it, the more you'll become it.
You write music, right? The only way I can say is if you're a writer, write something new every day.
Yeah.
Write something new every day. Don't just work on old stuff. Write something new, because that's, at the end of the day, if you're just starting out, you got to have product.
When you play around, it's usually fire. But, yo, for real. That's where the fire, like, shit ain't rocket science. Like, all the fire shit that I've done, I'm fucking around the whole time. But, you know, you're doing yourself a disservice if the shit ain't crispy. Like, the shit gotta be crisp. Like, it's like, what's your favorite movie?
Oh, man.
I'm going somewhere with this, trust me.
Okay. So, that Red is a good movie.
Red?
Yeah.
It's called Red?
It's called Red.
Okay, so imagine watching Red, right, at a movie theater, but in black and white, and like with like really muffled sound, to the point where you can't really appreciate the movie, because the way you're consuming it isn't conducive to you really experiencing it. So that's why I say, like, you could have an amazing song, but if the elements aren't like sonically there, then you're really not able to convey your message that came from here, like, in the best way you can. You know what I mean? So just look into the technical stuff. Like, get your guy to just like try to, you know, do some research, keep pushing, step his game up in terms of mixing and really understanding your vocals, and really understanding how to make your vocals sound amazing, that's what you need. You guys fucking past the aux? Yeah.
People in the building that helped put the project together, that's on the project. I'm super excited for that. People came from Philly, people came from Boston, people came from Jersey, people came from Long Island, people came from everywhere to be a part of it. So before we go any further, please give a round of applause to yourselves.
Yeah.
And be like, yo, let me borrow.
Also too though, by the time he's like a teenager, if he's like still interested in music, the technology by then will be
fucking ridiculous.
like it'll be like literally on the phone.
Yeah.
Like headphones, some type of handheld thing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see him giving up.
Right.
Grammy nominated 4 times over. He won his Grammys the other day, but they said his name wrong. They hit him with the Moonlight. So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
La La Land,
he lost,
actually.
But he won, you know what I mean? They hit him with the Moonlight. But that's my brother for real right there. There's 15 records on the album, he did 5. So he did a third of it. Anytime I came to him with an idea, it was done in 10 minutes. It was like, yeah, come to the crib, sequence and do it. I couldn't have done this without his presence and his involvement at all. You know what I mean? So between him and Lorenzo, I wouldn't have been able to do this. So this is sound like,
and everything above it wind up underground like, if everything above it is the reason it sound right, then it was cut from it, but it's cut out around like, embedded that it sound like, raising a 4-5 and making the floor rise, all while splitting the parts.